Hello everyone, welcome to Sarrthi. मेरा नाम लावण्या है and I am extremely happy to bring in front of you, all of you, Mr. Pourush Sood, who has secured rank 29, AI 29 this year. And just please introduce yourself, Pourush.
Thank you, Lavanya. I'm Pourush Sood. I cleared UPSC 22 with the rank of 29, and this was my second attempt. My optional was mathematics.
Okay. So I have been fortunate enough to know Pourush's journey from the beginning and ये बहुत ज़रूरी था मेरे लिए भी that Pourush की जो journey रही है वो आपके सामने आए because when you listen to what he will say and he'll share all his strategy and everything, you'll see that it is a matter of doing the basic things repetitively. So I would just ask him कि कितने टाइम से आप हो इस जर्नी में?
My journey started in 2020 after I came back from college during the lockdown, and तब से मैंने prepare करना start किया था. I gave my first prelims in 2021. I unfortunately couldn't clear it, but I cleared it in my second attempt. So my journey started quite some time back in 2020.
And your college background?
I am an engineer. I have done my BTech and MTech in electronics engineering from IIT Kharagpur.
Okay. So tell me this, you must have talked to so many people. ये जो एक है कि इंजीनियर्स की तरफ बायस है यूपीएससी का या फिर लेट्स से डेल यूनिवर्सिटी की तरफ बायस है, इज दिस एक्चुअली ट्रू और इज इट ऑल अबाउट हाउ यू आर इन द जर्नी?
मैम ये थोड़ा सा आंसर करना डिफिकल्ट है फॉर मी बिकॉज मैंने इस सब के बारे में तो नहीं सोचा था कि कुछ बायस है या कुछ ऐसे है. आई जस्ट यूज टू थिंक कि करना है, सिलेबस पता है, सबके लिए सिलेबस सेम ही है. बस उसको फॉलो करते रहो एंड प्रिपेयर करते रहो बस.
So that brings me to a very important point कि इस बारे में सोचा नहीं था कि what are the factors which are beyond your control. So coming to that, what were the factors which were under your control, like the resources and the coaching,
Right.
all of those things? Please tell us about it.
So yeah, I think there are a lot of factors out of our control, as you mentioned, this sort of bias and also the scaling in optional, which a lot of people talk about. Some people say that one particular optional is better scoring and the other is not. Usme bhi I feel ki it's your decision. Just try to choose an option in which you think you will excel, and try to choose an option where you'll have fun studying for it. So this is one place where you can make your own choice and make a wise choice. Secondly, I think maintaining a proper book list from the start only and sticking to it is also important. That's where you have more control as well. Choosing whether you want to attend a coaching or not, whether you want to attend a test series or not. All these things are the ones that which we can control. Baki exam mein to whatever comes will come. So I think these are some of the things that we need to control.
Did you take a coaching?
I did not. I did not attend a coaching. But I used Mrunal sir's economy from an academy for my study. Apart from that, I attended a test series, mains and prelims.
Got it, got it. So अभी ना क्या हुआ है कि prelims 2023 has happened and it was a really unexpected paper. Everyone is saying that. But I think every year's paper is unexpected. This year was extremely unexpected. Now, the students need to know from the people who have cleared that are they any lesser, are the students any lesser, or there is a factor of unpredictability also?
Ma'am, I think unpredictability is there in this exam, and like paper was unpredictable during my time also, but this year it was a lot more unpredictable than usual. So, so yeah, there is unpredictability, and even anybody would find the paper of 2023 quite tough.
So there are some people when they clear who they say कि जैसे ही वो मेंस लिखकर बाहर आए थे उनको पता था कि उनका ये वाला अटेम्प्ट जो है वो क्लियर हो रहा है. So were you one of those जिनको पता था कि हो रहा है for sure, or were you scared, or what was your psychology?
No, I was very unsure of how my attempt went, and I was kind of I had not kept any very high expectations from myself. I was just like कि अब result आएगा तब पता चल जाएगा कि करना है next time के लिए या नहीं. So yeah, I think I remember even during the day when the result came, the final result came, I was preparing for the next prelims till the result came. So yeah, it was extremely unpredictable, and I'm glad that I was fortunate enough to be in the list.
I remember when I wished you before the result, you mentioned it, ki I'm not very hopeful this time. And it's very important to stick to your grounds, है ना? So, regarding your strategy, tell me two or three qualities which you think helped you sustain and helped you excel in this examination with this amazing rank.
Um, I think maintaining consistency was one major thing that I kept my goal as. I could not make goals which I could like I want to complete this in this much time or something. Rather, I kept time as my goal, that I need to clock in these many hours every day, or almost as if it was my job or something. So I think but yeah, a job that you have to do on weekends as well. So
Maybe a little more on the weekends. You have to revise the entire week and all.
yeah, so I think I kept time as my threshold and I prepared accordingly. So I was luckily able to maintain consistency very well. Apart from that, I also think that having a job or a plan B helped me have a financial security and a peace of mind, which is, I think, quite important for this exam. I had considered कि if the upcoming attempt, which I luckily don't have to give, अगर वो नहीं होता, then I would have ended my journey and joined back my coding job. So I think that provided me a peace of mind because there's a lot of anxiety involved in this examination. Thirdly, I also made myself understand that I'll not be 100% productive all the time. There will be bouts of productivity and bouts of unproductivity as well. Yet, I tried to clock in the same number of hours every day. But some of the weeks were productive, some weren't. It was more like a sine curve rather than a straight one.
I'd like to show the audience something regarding this. So, this is of course, please tell us about this app that you've been using, Porush.
So I used to use an app called Forest for clocking in my hours of how much I studied every day. So in the good months, or so to speak, the months before prelims or something, when a lot of consistency is required, my graph used to be almost constant. So there were some days in which there were dips as well, but I used to try to clock in around 10 hours or 9 hours every day. So I tried to maintain that consistently. There were some times when there was not much pressure also. For example, after mains or few months before prelim, not 1 or 2 months, but a couple of months before prelim. So my graph used to look like this, which is also perfectly normal. I think you don't have to be 100% productive all the time. But when the time comes, I think it is important to maintain consistency. So I think this helped me in the exam for sure.
This is actually an eye opener that none of the toppers is sure about being a topper. Another thing that मैं आप सबसे share करना चाहती हूँ is having the basics right. So can you explain these notes to us, Porush, that you made digitally for GS4?
So these are my notes for GS4. My score is not exceptional in GS4, but it was okay, decent enough.
Yeah.
So I looked at the syllabus. Every point in the syllabus for mains is mentioned very well and in a very detailed fashion. So each point, I just took each point, like determinants of ethical behavior was one point and the thing, and I made like very quick notes for each thing like that. And maybe some people who, I think emulator is the wrong word, but then some people who qualities we'd like to emulate and we can use them in our answers. So I made notes like this, and I use them extensively for my preparation for GS4. So yeah.
So taking cues from that, I'd just like to say कि I don't think you ran before resources, ran after resources. That this new compilation, this new book, I have to read all of that. Did you do that?
No, I just stuck to whatever I had planned initially. In fact, I think for history, for example, I use the old NCRTs. But regularly, I used to hear कि वो बेकार
New
है,
NCRTs,
new
yeah.
NCRTs or the Tamil Nadu book. And
हाँ,
it felt quite enticing, especially when you can't answer those questions in prelims and all.
right.
It feels quite enticing to move to that. But I think we don't have that much time for this exam. We just need to stick to the sources and continue to revise them
True,
again and again.
true. So Okay, the strategy has been discussed, everything has been discussed, but the most important thing is the mental health and how it is impacted during this journey. क्या होता है, feel क्या होता है when you are in this journey, which many people are not able to relate to? And how do you deal? So, for example, when you did not clear prelims, how did you cope up with that?
I think one mental mechanism that I had chosen for myself was to not have too many expectations from myself. So I never used to. I mean, I'm not sure if that's a good thing or not, but
Go
then
on.
that certainly helped me maintain my composure, even if I saw failure. Apart from that, I'd say that um, uh, there were bouts of anxiety, definitely, especially before any results. And especially also when, they say that you should not check the ranks and marks of your tests and all that. But then that used to affect me a lot. Pura din kharab ho jata, like I got a bad rank, I should just leave it or something. But yeah, I think you need to have some time to chill also. You can take, like I showed you those graphs. So the rest of the time of my day, I used to just relax and use YouTube or whatever, go to the gym or whatever I wanted to do. So I think that is also very important. And third thing is not to be too harsh on yourself. Try to be consistent, but remember that you cannot be at your 100% all the time. So if you're not, I think it's better to just accept it and try to. I mean, I used to still try to clock in as many hours, but those were not very productive hours. So yeah, I think this is how I tackled my mental health. Comedy on YouTube. I used to talk to my parents.
Stand-up comedy and everything you
Yeah.
used to watch. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's very important to let the aspirants know that this is one profession, which is of course very competitive and everything. But there are 100 more professions on which you can judge your, your competence. So the students tend to take their marks, as you said, or their rank, or the fact they were not able to clear prelims on their competence. Can you comment something about that?
Yeah, I think that's true. And in fact, that is one reason why I also had a plan B in mind. And that also helped me maintain my peace of mind. Because this is just one exam out of, there are so many opportunities that you can explore. And I think that it's quite unpredictable as well. So it's better to have a plan B and, if possible, at least a job or a financial security for some time. So if you can, I would suggest that that helps in maintaining a peace of mind and having a good mental health as well.
That's, I
Throughout the
think, valid
journey.
advice. Just a few last questions. Tell us something about your optional.
So my optional was math, and I chose it because I have a background of electronics engineering, so I narrowed down to math and electrical engineering. Electrical engineering, I remember during my college days also, the math component of electronics was what I loved doing the most. So that's the reason why I chose math, and I really enjoyed solving problems. And I think maths was the best part of my preparation as well, studying for my optional. So that's, I think I chose my math as my option because that's what I enjoy doing, even though the syllabus is too huge and it is very difficult to complete it within even within a year or so. But I think that's what I enjoy doing, and that's the reason why I chose math. I kept my sources limited for math as well, just occasionally using technological sources, YouTube and all, uh, to aid my preparation. In fact, I made extensive use of technology for all my preparation as well. For example,
Clearly
ChatGPT.
visible, yeah. So, okay, two more stages. You've talked about the mains. I want you to talk a little bit about prelims if possible, and then we'd go to the interview as well.
Right. So I think when we prepare for the basic sources and all, there is no separate source for prelims and mains, right? Mains has some additional topics that you need to cover, like world history and all. But apart from that, the prelims and mains prep goes hand in hand. Apart from that, you need to have a separate mindset, like a couple of months before prelims, to remember everything, to use mnemonics to memorize things like reports and countries and all that. So I use the PT 365 for all my current affairs before the prelims. And yeah, I think there needs to be a mindset shift before mains and prelims, because both require a different set of qualities. Prelims require you to retain information, to concentrate more on topics like environment and all, which are quite scoring. Whereas mains requires you to have a more analytical ability, a descriptive ability, answer writing ability to clear. So I would say that the sources are same, but the way you study them or revise them becomes different for prelims and mains.
Right, right. So prelims, one should be ready for a little unexpected shocks also when it comes to prelims, I think.
Right.
Now, the final stage interview. How did you prepare for the interview and what was your journey like?
I think interview was the part of my preparation where I actually made friends uh, for discussions and all. And I also I got to explore a lot about things that I should have known, but I did not know, like about my home state of Delhi. I visited many different monuments here, Rajghat, Qutub Minar, and the National Museum as
Were
well.
any questions asked from there?
No. But yeah, I
But
mean,
yeah.
we had to prepare.
Mm.
That's all we could prepare, right? I
Yes.
mean, at least from our part, on our part, we had to
Mm.
prepare our DAF properly. So it was fun studying electronics again. It was fun reading about home states, hobbies, cultivating hobbies more, because mains ke time pe to.
You just, yeah. I think the word, it's important to have fun while you are in the preparation is very important. So while having this, it's important to enjoy the process also, as you said.
Yeah.
And I'd also want you to, just share your experience. You had a mock test over here at Sarrthi as well. So how was your experience over there? Did you learn something new?
Right. So I had given a mock interview at Sarrthi, and I feel it was a very unique experience as compared to most other mocks, because firstly, the people who took my interview were kind of like a little younger as compared to the so they were able to ask questions which were relatable for the day, and they gave me advice just like how a senior would give you an advice. So I think that I got a very good feedback from the Sarthi mock interview. So thank you for that.
uh, just you've made very good use of all the guidance that you have, and just final advice to all the aspirants, the people who are going to enter the journey, first attempters, second, third, fourth, fifth, last attempters, to the best of your knowledge, whatever you can share or advise. Anything.
So I might want to advise two things. Firstly, about the optional, because the optional was the thing that took bulk of my preparation.
Hmm.
I'd say that do something that you would really enjoy, that you think you would have an edge over others in your performance. So that is what I would recommend, that take something that you would love doing. And for the rest, I would say that take care of your mental health. Don't, if you have bouts of anxiety, accept it, and yeah, move ahead from there. And there'll be ups and downs in the journey. Your consistency graph will not look like this, it will look like this. And embrace it, and have some time to also enjoy what you're doing, and have some time to chill as well. So this is what I would say would be my takeaway.
So, Mr. Pourush Sood, you're going to enter the foreign services.
Yes.
Congratulations
Thank
on that. And I hope all of you gained some sort of, wisdom, advice from Pourush. And thank you for sticking to this video till the end. Take care, everyone. All the very best. And bye-bye.
you.